All right, let's get right into it. In this explainer, we are tackling a really tough question. In the crazy, fast-moving world of cybersecurity, what skills are actually becoming, well, useless? We're going to break down the skills you might need to let go of and the new mindsets you absolutely have to adopt to not just survive, but actually thrive.
Let's just start with a serious reality check. This quote, it's from a real and pretty frustrated conversation I had recently with a cyber leader at a huge financial institution. And look, this isn't some made-up problem. This is happening right now in real companies. And it shows this growing, dangerous gap between the skills people have and the skills the industry desperately needs.
So how fast is this happening? Well, experts are estimating that the skills you're probably relying on right now could be considered obsolete in as little as 18 months. I mean, that is ridiculously fast. And guess what? It's only getting faster.
Yeah, so this is way bigger than just learning a new piece of software or getting another certification. This is a massive wake-up call for all of us about how we need to manage our careers. The clock is definitely ticking.
Okay, so where do we even begin with all this? Let's start by digging into our technical skills and look at two specific areas that are very quickly becoming career dead ends.
All right, first up, the single vendor specialist trap. This one is a huge red flag. If your entire career, your whole professional identity, is tied to just one company's product, you are in a really, really dangerous spot.
And if you think I'm exaggerating, let's take a little trip back in time. Remember Sun Microsystems? In the early 2000s, they were a giant. They were the name in server hardware. But then, Oracle bought them. And almost overnight, poof. An entire world of specialized skills just vanished. So many talented people were suddenly out of work because the only thing they knew was Sun.
So here's the bottom line, right? The game has changed. Being just a Cisco firewall admin or just a Splunk engineer isn't enough anymore. You've got to diversify. What you want to be is a professional who understands the core concepts and can apply them across different vendors, different platforms, and especially in the cloud.
Okay, next up. And this one's going to sting a little for some of you. It's the hard truth about certifications. Just collecting them like they're Pokemon cards is no longer your golden ticket to a job.
And its table just lays it all out perfectly, doesn't it? The focus has shifted completely. It's not about memorizing answers for a multiple choice test anymore. Nope. What companies want to see now is that you can actually do the thing. They want practical, hands-on experience from places like Hack the Box or Try HackMe, where you're solving problems that look like the real world.
So the big takeaway here is this. Think of certifications as a roadmap. A structured way to get your hands dirty and learn real skills you can use from day one on a job. It's about building actual abilities, not just collecting acronyms for your LinkedIn profile. Okay, we've hit the technical skills pretty hard, but that's only half the battle. Now let's talk about something that might be even more important, your mindset. It's not just about what you can do, but how you talk about the value of what you do. You know, this is where so many brilliant, super talented tech people get stuck. They live deep in the technical weeds, they love the code, they love the network packets, but they completely ignore why their work actually matters to the business.
So you've got to ask yourself honestly, can you speak the language of business? Can you climb out of the technical details for a minute and explain your work in a way that your leadership actually understands and cares about?
And that language, 9 times out of 10, is GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. Now hold on, don't tune out. You don't need to become a GRC expert overnight, but you absolutely have to understand the basics. This is the framework you use to explain why your technical work is so important.
And it's really a simple two-step translation, but it is so powerful. You didn't just update some firewall rules. No, you reduced our company's financial risk from a data breach. Do you feel the difference there? One is a chore. The other? That's adding real value.
And this next one is kind of a cousin to that purely technical mindset. It's the danger of hyper-specialization, where you become the world's best expert at one very, very narrow thing.
Think about it. Companies are outsourcing whole departments now, right? They're shipping their entire security operations center, their SOC, to a third party. So what do they need from their internal people? They don't need a dozen deep specialists anymore. They need a few really versatile generalists, people who can look at a SOC alert, understand a GRC report, and know what to do with a pen test result.
All right, finally, let's get to the big one. The technological shift that, honestly, if you ignore this, nothing else we've talked about is going to matter for your career in the long run.
And here it is, skill number 5,
just flat out ignoring AI and automation. But listen, the key here isn't just to chase the hype. It's all about how you approach it.
Yeah, this slide really nails it. On one side, you've got the mistake almost everyone makes. They hear AI and they jump on the bandwagon without any real foundation. That's a recipe for disaster. You can't automate a SOC process if you've never actually worked in a SOC, right? You gotta have the fundamentals down cold first.
So what's the right way to do it? Here's your 3-step plan. Step 1, build that solid foundation. Get really good at something like SOC or GRC. Step 2, put your hand up. Volunteer for any AI or automation projects happening at your company. Get that hands-on experience. And step 3, keep an eye on the rules. New AI regulations are popping up all the time, and that's exactly where the future of GRC is headed.
So let's bring it all home. When you boil it down, surviving the next few years in this industry isn't about knowing one specific tool. It's about making these 5 huge mindset shifts, from a single vendor expert to a diversified pro, from a cert collector to a practical learner, from speaking tech jargon to speaking business, from a hyper specialist to a versatile generalist, and from ignoring AI to integrating AI.
So we're going to leave you with this one question to really chew on, because at the end of the day, staying relevant, that's not up to your boss, it's not up to the market, it's a choice you have to make every single day. So, what's your choice going to be?